We're going to make some ranch. You got to do this stuff about 30 minutes before you decide to have dinner. Okay, so we have 1 cup of milk into a jar. And if you use one of these jars that have the measurements on the side, oh my gosh, that makes it so much easier. Earlier today, I tried to reinvent the wheel. And I'll tell you guys that story as we go through, okay? So we're going to need about 2 tablespoons. We don't want to mess up our tablespoon measurement because we're going to need that. We're going to need about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Add to that milk there. Mix that up a little bit. Or you could use a whisk. Earlier today, I did about an hour's worth of math trying to come up with the perfect ranch recipe. Because I have one that I like, but every time I double it, it doesn't turn out correct. Oh my goodness. So I go through a couple of my different ranch ones that I've tried, and I try to figure out the exact right amounts for each ingredient that's going to be able to mix me in a 4-cup mixing jar here. As long as you're using cultured sour cream and lemon juice in your milk here instead of buttermilk, this ranch is going to last in the fridge for 3 or 4 weeks with no problems. So I like to make enough to do a dip for chicken strips or carrots and celery, or, you know, or duplicate salads if it's this hot, because it's been dang near 100 degrees here all week. It's unbearable outside. But anyways, so after I get all that math done on my ranch recipe, I get on my YouTube, and the very first video it suggests to me is by Dill Hollis, which is a ranch recipe from 1969. And it was almost identical to what I had just spent an hour coming up with. Yep. Then I realized, like, everybody has the same taste in ranch dressing. And I flip-flopped a whole bunch of recipes around to come up with something that had already been invented in 1969. But anyways, today I'm going to show you how to make that ranch. This will be the first time I've made it with a double recipe. We're going to triple the recipe today. And hopefully it won't turn out too thin like it usually does when I do the other recipe. Come on, boil, damn it. Okay, so while we're waiting for this to come to a boil, we've sliced this cucumber right here. We're going to be filling up another 4-cup capacity jar. We're going to fill this halfway with filtered water, because you don't want to use yucky water. So be right back. Ew, we're almost boiling. Okay, so go ahead and set your eggs in here into this boiling water. And then it's going to take about 1 minute for that to come back up to a boil. There we go. Half full of filtered water here. Now we're going to add about a tablespoon worth of salt. And there we go. And we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. This is almost like making a pickle on the go, but this is for cucumbers, not pickles. Okay. Stir just until that salt dissolves there. And then add your cucumbers, because we want these to soak for about 30 minutes. Make sure these are all submersed and set aside. All right, our lemon juice should see how it's starting to get all thick and chunky like a sour cream. Now we're ready to make some ranch. Give that a little bit of a mix. And I'm going to need this just for this. Okay, now we're going to add 1 cup of sour cream. We'll just look at the line here till we get to the 1 cup, which is, oh, so hard to see. Yeah, that's about right. Well, maybe just a splash more. This sour cream has only 2 ingredients, I think. Let's see. Oh, cultured cream and an enzyme. That's the secret to making this ranch last so long in the fridge. And now we're going to add 1 cup of mayo. Yep, that's it. Perfect. If you get out all these seasonings, you want to be able to make this last you for a couple of different meals. It's so much work to make it for just 1 meal each time. Oh, all right. So now we'll mix this together just until everything's all nice and smooth. Start out really slow so you don't go splashing everything around here. Okay, now where did I put my tablespoon? Oh, here it is. All right, so we're going to need 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic. You could also use garlic powder. That's going to be fine too. 1 tablespoon. That's 3 teaspoons. And 1 tablespoon of granulated onion or onion powder. 1 tablespoon of dill. If you don't like dill very much, you can use half this amount also. And 1 tablespoon of parsley. Parsley. Dried parsley. Yes. And then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. And there you go. Now mix this all together and get this sitting in the fridge. Is ultimately you'd like this to sit in the fridge for at least 30 minutes or up to 3 weeks. Just really depends on how fresh your milk is, I guess. I just got my milk today, so we'll see. This ranch never lasts long enough in my house to be able to make it to the spoiling point. Now that we got that all pretty well mixed together, now we can put a lid on it. Give it a really good shake. Okay, now put it on the top shelf so it can get extra cold, extra quick, and be ready for dinner. In the fridge, top shelf in the fridge.
You've been my star, and I'd be your sky.